Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. It's Friday today and we have got some really lovely weekend plans starting today. I'm actually heading to Thyme this morning with my mum. We're going to have a lovely lunch there together. I am actually trying out their new treatments. They've got a new area called the Botanical BOTHY, which sounds so up my street, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. They did already post a teaser on their Instagram and it looks stunning. It looks absolutely beautiful, so I can't wait to take you along and show you that. And while I'm having the treatment, it's all about breathing, and it's more of a mindful treatment as opposed to a massage, I think. I don't know, I'll report back. And while I'm doing that, Lila is going to go to the Bath & Garden Company, have a little mooch around, do some shopping, maybe wander around Burford, which would be really nice because I'm not sure that she's been there and properly explored Burford before. But then we're going to have lunch at Thyme, and then this evening we're going out to a new restaurant. I think it's in Moreton and Marsh with Rory and Nathan. Tomorrow is Scarlett's birthday brunch in London, and then Sunday we've actually got some friends coming for brunch here who own an antique shop in Tetbury. So yeah, really lovely weekend planned. Hopefully it'll be nice and sunny. But this is my outfit of the day for Thyme. I'm taking my medium-sized Loewe basket bag, and I've got my lovely Marisha swimsuit in here, which kind of matches the dress, because part of the treatment includes a hair wash and I love a head massage, so I'm hoping that that's going to be included, because anyone touching my scalp I just absolutely love. I'm really intrigued by the treatment, and I've got my hair conditioner and stuff in there, so ooh, my phone is ringing. And then I'm just going to pop on my Amazon little flat shoes. So that is me ready to go. I'm actually about to box up some dresses because I'm listing a few more of my dresses on By Rotation, so you guys can rent them, because my wardrobe is just overflowing with event dresses, and there's so many events going on this summer. I know that I think it's the busiest summer in like the history of record taking for weddings, and obviously it's so wonderful to be able to rent a dress for just a couple of days if you are going to a special wedding. It's just so much more sustainable and affordable, and it feels silly for me to have so many beautiful dresses just in the dark in my wardrobe. So yeah, lots of my gorgeous dresses will be listed on By Rotation for the summer, so I'll leave a link to the page down below. The new ones won't be on there just yet, it'll probably take a couple of weeks, but there are already loads of dresses of mine that you can rent. So yeah, I'm going to get those bagged up, ready to be collected, and then we're heading to Sotherup, which is where Thyme is. I also just have to say I am so happy with my skin at the moment. I think this is the best place that my skin has been for like an extended period of time, for a long time. Yeah, I think it's the best it's ever been, to be honest. Obviously in the last video I shared with you my evening routine that I do with Skin and Me, and I think that makes a huge difference. This morning I popped on my Aurelia Cell Revitalize Day Moisturizer. This is their whipped probiotic day cream, and it's just the perfect, it's exactly what my skin wants in the morning. The probiotic ingredients obviously so nourishing and repairing for the skin. I have been applying every day as well Factor 50, and I'm currently using the SkinCeuticals Factor 50 Ultra Facial. Seem to be getting along really well with this. Actually, I've been alternating with the Rodial SPF 50 drops, and these also protect against blue light and pollution. So on city days I've been using those. And then I have got on the Clé de Peau Natural Radiant Fluid Foundation. So that's my base for the day. Okay, so made it to Thyme. I've just spent the last hour having a really lovely coffee and chat with Karen, who is the owner here and also the lady that does the beautiful designs for the fabrics, the menus. She is very, very inspiring and we have a lot in common. We chatted about everything from old York stone to floral dresses. Really, really great to meet Karen. I was fangirling a little bit, obviously being a huge fan of Thyme and everything that they do here. But I'm now in the Botanical Bothy and it is the most beautiful and very, very serene space. I'll show you around a little bit later. But I'm about to begin, I believe it's the Bertioli signature treatment, which is very focused around breathing. It's going to be unlike any treatment I think I've ever had before. So I can't wait to experience it and then I'll tell you all about it afterwards. But first, it's time to pop on my swimming cozy. Have you experienced any breath work before? I was saying to Karen, I've always practiced it a little bit unintentionally, knowing that that's what my body needs, but I've never done it properly. Okay, so perfect. Oh, so you'll really enjoy it. You'll really find more than anything, it really just helps you loosen and it really just makes you feel so grounded and your body will just start to naturally breathe like that. Hello my darlings, I have just experienced, I'm going to keep my voice down because I'm in the Botanical Bothy and Meadow Spa Cottage is just there and people might be having a treatment, so I'm going to keep my voice down. But I have just experienced possibly the most relaxing 60 minutes of my entire life. Oh my gosh, as you might have just seen, I'm currently in the most incredible space on the veranda terrace of the Bothy here at Thyme. Now I don't want to give, and I'm in the bath, I don't want to give too much away about the treatment because I feel like actually some of the elements of surprise were really, really lovely. There were some things in the treatment that I wasn't really expecting and that was really lovely. So what you did see was the beginning, which was about 15 to 20 minutes of breathing exercises. And Karen was saying to me earlier, her background's in medicine before they took over Thyme, or built Thyme, and the importance of breathing to really slow down our fight or flight sensation and get our body into more of a rest and digest stage. So you literally feel your shoulders lowering, your heart rate slowing and your body relaxing. And this part, the ritual, sorry about the water noise in the background, I hope it's not too off-putting. It was a lot of guided breath work, really teaching you how to breathe in a deeper way to get your body into that state of relaxation. And halfway through we had the Bertioli breathing balm applied onto my wrists, and you're inhaling it, and that just kind of acts as a sensorial reminder to take it back to the breath. And I was saying to the girls that obviously we've got the Bertioli hand soap and hand balm at home, the candle at home as well, and now that I've had that breath work session, every time I smell that at home, because obviously smell is so strongly connected to a memory, every time I smell that at home, it's going to remind me to focus on my breath work. You can probably hear in the way that I'm speaking that I'm just in a state of calm at the moment. So after that breathwork session, I went onto the bed. It's like a heated stone bed, and I'm not going to tell you what happened there because it was heavenly, but you have to come and experience it. All I'm going to say is that if for you going to the hairdresser the best part is the shampoo and the head massage, you will love that, because that for me is the best bit. So I'm in the tub outside. It's just like a very private courtyard garden. I've been in here for about 15 minutes just relaxing and enjoying a honey and I think she's got bay leaf tea, which is just gorgeous. But I'm going to get out, I'm going to drag myself out in a second, go and have a quick shower, and then heading in for lunch. So feeling peckish after the treatments, I've brought Lila to the Ox Barn and they've got their new spring menu. So we're starting off with the asparagus and asparagus and ricotta crostini. Look at this menu, it's so delicious. I've gone for the beetroot for my starter, and then the nettle risotto, which is one of my favourite risottos. Very close second place after a saffron risotto. Yummy. So here's Lila looking very glamorous in her spring summer dress. You've had a few compliments on that today, have you, Lila?
I have.
Good. And what have you got for your start here?
I have. Can't remember.
Wild garlic and potato soup with goat's cheese.
Yes, quite.
Lovely. Looks gorgeous.
Delicious.
Smells good. Wonderful. So delicious. And I have gone for...
Amazing.
Good. I thought you'd like it. I've got beetroot, Graceburn, yogurt and coriander, and here's the best bit, the bread. Thank you very much. Thank you. Look at that. Nettle risotto and the obligatory chips, and Lila has got mackerel with peas, chives and chervil. What's chervil?
It's an herb.
An herb. Lovely. Looks very nice. Bon appetit. The piece de resistance. Go for it, Lila. This is our pistachio meringue. Meringue.
Remove the rhubarb.
You can have the rhubarb. Do you know what happens when you put rhubarb in a rhubarb forcer?
It makes it, well, it forces it.
Yes, and it's sweeter.
Cool. And I think that's probably why Pete's rhubarb was very long.
Who's Pete? Pete and Pam.
Pete and Pam.
Oh, right. Oh, was it his rhubarb you had?
Yes.
Ew, I didn't know.
Did you? Oh, you didn't like that?
Lovely.
Oh, it was delicious.
Looks like a poached egg.
It does actually.
Yummy. Hello, darlings. Back home again after just the loveliest day. Such a gorgeous afternoon and morning at Thyme. Great food, and we were originally going to be going out for dinner with Rory and Nathan this evening, but unfortunately Nathan's not feeling 100%. But I think Charlie and I are still just going to go to a local pub. I've had this makeup on since 8 AM, so I'm going to do a little bit of a cleanse and re-moisturize of my skin. I've popped on my robe, which is, I've had this for a few months now. Coming up a year actually. I think I got this on Robin's hen do at Thyme, and this is Karen's sketches like on the menus. But anyway, super quick skincare routine. Starting as always with my face halo to get rid of the day's makeup. Okay, so my skin is now makeup free. That's the benefit of a face halo. I've said it about 10 million times. If you use a face halo to get rid of that first load of dirt, makeup from your skin, then it just means that your cleanser works so much harder, and actually your skin gets to benefit from the cleanser as opposed to the cleanser taking off your makeup, if that makes sense. This is the Miracle Cleanser from Aurelia, and this is, oh, heaven in a jar. They also make this in a pump form, which I also in fact I think I prefer the pump form, but this is the one that I've got in the bathroom at the moment. Aurelia, it's perfect to talk about them because I'd already heard of Aurelia, before visiting Thyme, but I fell even more in love with them when I had the Aurelia Signature treatment at Thyme. I think the first time that I had it was actually, no, I think I went before Robin's Hen, but then I had another facial at her hen do, and I've had many since then. They are, I've said a million times, they are literally the best treatments in the whole world, and I believe that it's exclusive to Thyme. But yeah, that treatment and the way that the ladies spoke through the products and everything that Aurelia stands for just made me fall in love with the brand even more. You can always just expect really high quality luxury skincare. It's all paraben free, cruelty free, free of all nasties, organic made skincare, but also backed by science, so you're not missing out on any of the scientific benefits of great skincare, and they're just all a sensorial pleasure to use. Aurelia have very kindly given me an extremely generous discount code to share with you, which is Josie30, which will get you 30% off the Aurelia pieces, whether it's some skincare or body care or hand care. So I'll leave all my favorites linked down below, but this is their Miracle Cleanser. Feels blissful on the skin, smells absolutely heavenly. So it says on here, Miracle Cleanser, creamy balancing cleanser with Protida, Baobab, and I'm sorry if I don't pronounce this correctly, Kigelia Africana. So when I think of Aurelia, I automatically think straight away of probiotic skincare. Probiotic, if you know about them, for, and by the way, it's perfectly great for the skin to leave on the skin for a little while. It's super creamy and super hydrating and just comforting for the skin, so I actually love to leave it on the skin for a few minutes. Probiotics are essentially live microorganisms that you can consume them, and it's really good for balancing out the gut bacteria. Loads of health benefits, but when it comes to including probiotics in your skincare, and Aurelia's Protida ingredient is really the champion of this. It has so many benefits. If your skin is a little bit stressed, whether it's from just being outside all day, being in a city, or it's a little bit dry, a bit congested, probiotic skincare just helps to repair the skin and help encourage the skin to do what it should be doing. So whether that's improving elasticity, improving firmness, helping with any discoloration. So I get quite a lot of discoloration around my lips, and actually that's why I was so excited when I found out that Aurelia were launching a probiotic lip balm, because I do have this melasma around my lips which causes discoloration. This lip balm not only is just absolutely heavenly, perfect for a night lip balm if you apply a good chunky layer. What was I saying? Oh yes, Miracle Cleanser with the probiotic Protida ingredients in here. Super nourishing, super calming to the skin. If you have got quite sensitive skin, this is a really gentle formulation. It's obviously free from loads of harsh chemicals, so if your skin is a little bit upset, certain time of the month maybe, or if you do generally have sensitive skin, this is just an absolutely gorgeous one, and the ingredients within here make it smell absolutely heavenly. The skin is just drinking it in. It's one of those formulas where really the list of benefits is almost endless. So the probiotic's great for renewing and restoring the skin. It's got omegas in there, which is great for revitalizing and firming, great for pollution, great for antioxidant stress. I almost don't want to take it off, but I have a new box. This is so satisfying, of the Aurelia face cloths. They're really lovely and soft, and you just get that little bit of very gentle manual exfoliation as you take it off. Well, it's safe to say my skin feels very happy after the cleanser. Why not go... I'm going to go whole hog with my Aurelia routine to celebrate the epic discount code. So this is their brightening eye treatment. It's also got the Protida in there, so this is going to be great for those little fine lines and wrinkles. And it's because it's a serum, it's really nice and lightweight, because I started to find that creams were actually just making my eye bags worse for some reason. Don't really know why, but I love that. It just sinks in straight away, super light, almost watery formula. It's lovely. And now, this is my favorite little duo from Aurelia. So this is their Revitalize and Glow Serum. You probably heard me raving about this in the Maldives. And then this is the probiotic, what do they call it? Probiotic concentrate. So you can add the concentrate into many manner of skincare products, whether it's a serum, or a day cream. I guess you could even add it to your SPF or your night oil. I add it into lots of different things, but I think it works really nicely with a lightweight serum. What this concentrate does, obviously it's packed full of the probiotic benefits, and Aurelia's probiotic skincare scientifically proven to increase collagen and hyaluronic acid levels in the skin, so helping you not only to have that hydration within your skin, that repair, but we lose collagen at a scary rate, especially after our 30s, so it's really important to try and get it in our skincare where possible to keep the skin looking dewy, bouncy, glowy, and youthful at the end of the day, which is definitely what I would like to achieve. So something new to my collection of Aurelia favourites is the Aromatic Repair and Brighten Hand Cream. Now this has got an ingredient in it called Cassia Senna, and I believe this is a more natural alternative, or it like mimics the effects of hyaluronic acid. And I'm always saying I always like to put hand cream on the back of my hands first. Just like the face, the hands are a bit of a telltale sign for those signs of aging, so I always think it's good to look after your hands almost as much as you look after your face. So I like to apply it on the backs of my hands first because that's where they are the driest, and the lovely, oh, they smell so heavenly. That's the thing with all Aurelia products, they just smell absolutely gorgeous. So I like to just have that little moment. This is also really good on the cuticles as well, so I rub it into the cuticles. You can also use this on any dry patches, like on the elbows, on the knees as well. It's one of those multi-functional products. But yeah, that's a new favourite of mine, as well as the body serum. I think I told you about that in the last vlog. It's essentially their body moisturiser, but it's so amazing for long-term hydration. I just love their products so much, so I thought I would share with you my favourites because they've been generous enough to share the discount code. So I'll leave all of these linked down below. Now we are going to head to the pub. It's just a local pub. I'm not going to put any makeup on. I just felt like I needed to freshen up my skin after some day-old makeup. So we're going to try somewhere new, I think. So I'll head there and we'll report back if we have a new great pub recommendation. So for our weekly trying out of new pubs near us, we are trying a place called the Wickham Arms. Wickham.
Sorry to interrupt, but these are spectacular.
Aren't they? Is it apple blossom?
Yeah. Pretty sure it's
beautiful. And we're trying to figure out if this building across the road is a church,
well, it has got
or
a blue
house.
sign, look, so
let's go and check it out.
okay.
But this pub is in a little village called Sibford Gower.
Interesting fact about Sibford Gower.
Yeah.
There's a new build house, huge. Like I think it was like 15 million or something. Lewis Hamilton looked round it a number of times.
Is it the one that Joe Wicks ended up getting?
No.
Oh, it's the manor house. The man who staged the empire built and lived here. Fish and chips. Good morning, my darlings. I have just freshly curled my hair, so it's just going to be relaxing while I chat with you this morning. Oh, Charlie offering to bring me some breakfast back from the farmhouse. Not sure a bacon wrap would travel that well. What will travel well? Maybe cinnamon roll? I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, it is Saturday morning. It's actually turned out to be a really nice day. I thought it was just going to be cloudy today, but it's turned out to be really lovely. It's only about 9 o'clock in the morning. Charlie and I are heading into London soon. We're going to get the train, and it's Charlie's sister Scarlett's 25th birthday, and we are going for a bottomless brunch. Sausage bap. We're going to go for a sausage bap. Yes, we are heading for a bottomless brunch, and I'm deciding what I'm going to wear. I had a Karen Millen order arrive yesterday. I've done a super duper quick unpackaging of everything, so I'm really distracted by the curls. They always do really crazy things and then they kind of settle about half an hour after I've done them. So I thought I would do a little Karen Millen try on for you for today's trip into London and bottomless brunch, and to be honest, outfits for the rest of the weekend. So first of all, we have this really gorgeous, I want to say linen dress, but it's actually not linen in its fabric, but I would call this colour a linen colour or like a linen stone colour. It's a really, really beautiful shade. It just looks very elegant, very expensive, and this is one of those perfect dresses that for me is just something that works for both slightly smarter days. Like, I would actually wear this as a work dress. In fact, it would be a gorgeous work dress if you're able to wear something like this in the office. I think it's perfect for me, great for a day of meetings, maybe a little bit smart for a bottomless brunch, but I love that the buttons are gold as well. It goes really, really nicely with my jewellery, and then obviously the bow detail to cinch you in around the waist, which just adds that feminine touch. And then lengthwise, I've not got any shoes on at the moment, but it's that midi maxi length. Really nice slits down at the bottom, so great for that movement, and great for those office days or work days or days in the city when it's really, really warm. You know, you could definitely put a lovely, I don't have one handy, but like a little boucle cropped jacket over the top. That would look so nice, or just even a cardigan. You know, just a nice little cardigan. This one's perhaps a little bit smart because it's got the pearls. Cardigan over your shoulder to get to wherever you're going, or if you're traveling to work in the mornings and it's a little bit chilly, then that's a really nice way of styling something like this. Got little pockets as well. I just think the silhouette is really, really elegant. But also, I keep talking about work, but I feel like if you, obviously I've got a super feminine style, and I love wearing like floral dresses, but I know that that's not for everyone. So this would equally be a really gorgeous dress to wear to an event or a party with your friends, a lovely lunch out, and it's just, I just think it's so elegant. Sorry if I'm looking over there, it's because I'm looking in the mirror behind you. It's just got the most gorgeous drape to it. I think it's super flattering. So yeah, I think you can tell I'm a huge fan of this one. Smarten it up with some accessories like box bag. I think that looks gorgeous, or make it a little bit more fun with a basket bag. What a surprise, it goes with everything. So this is option number one, which I'm obsessed with, but I think I want something a little bit more fun for today's bottomless brunch. Okay, this next one is a little bit more me when it comes to the pattern and the silhouette. It's not a colour combination that I would usually go for, actually. So we've got, within, it's kind of like a paisley, but a slightly more floral paisley pattern, which I absolutely adore. And you've got these green, but also a lot of blue and grey tones, which is a little bit different for me. It's got the most gorgeous silhouette, very relaxed, very comfortable. I will start the day, especially with a bottomless brunch, wearing this belt, which is my chunkiest of my Loewe belts. I think it instantly smartens the dress. I'll show you what it looks like without in a second. It does actually have a little bit of a shirred detail around the waist, so you still get that cinched in silhouette even without the belt. I think I'm going to take my big Loewe basket bag with me today, because this has become my everyday handbag lately, so it's really nice to have the matching Loewe details. But I'm not gonna lie, at bottomless brunch I will most certainly end up taking off the belt so that I can not feel uncomfortable. Let me know down below if you can relate, because I'm always loosening / removing a belt, especially during bottomless brunches. So you've got this really gorgeous kind of drawstring detail around the neckline. You've got an elasticated, actually no, it's not elasticated, a button-up detail on the sleeves. You can see shape-wise it's got some shirring elastic here and here, so it does create the most beautiful silhouette. And then lengthwise, it's actually the most perfect length, because it finishes, for me, it's ankle length. For most people it would probably like mid-shin. So I've got on the gorgeous Aquazzura. I'm obsessed with these shoes. I did actually give myself a little bit of a cut on my toe when I wore them last weekend, because I was running super late to my friend's party, so I was literally running down Cheltenham Montpellier Promenade. and ended up cutting my feet a little bit, but they go with everything. I love that you can just slip them on, especially if I'm wearing my straw accessories like my Loewe basket bag. So yeah, this is a very, very Josie spring summer look, and because it's long sleeve, it's good for a day like today. I think apparently it's going to get up to 17 degrees today, which our news outlets are thrilled to tell us is hotter than Madrid, apparently. But yeah, this is a really, really strong contender. I think the silhouette is gorgeous, and it's just super comfortable, and you know how I love the dresses you can just fling on, and that is your outfit complete. So this is a strong contender. Okay, so this one is actually not new. I ordered this a couple of weeks ago and already featured it on my Instagram. You might have seen this photo on my Instagram page. It is one that we shot on the windiest day known to mankind. It was quite challenging, but I actually love how the pictures turned up. But it's too beautiful not to give it another moment in the spotlight, because I just checked and it is back in stock. So this dress I have been just in love with wearing. I wore this into London last week for a day of meetings. I can see myself wearing it to you know what, you could actually wear this to loads of summer events, whether you're going to like Royal Ascot or any Colo or going to Wimbledon. This dress, being floral and just very elegant and very classic, I feel is perfect for loads and loads of summer events. Gorgeous wedding dress, wedding guest dress as well, especially if the wedding is like April, May, June, when it could still be a little bit chilly, especially as you go into the evening. I just think it's gorgeous. So you may not be able to tell because the floral pattern is quite almost like a floral camouflage, but it's quite structured in the top here. So you've got these shirt style pockets and then obviously the shirt style top. So actually the structure is quite smart, and then a shirt style cuff here. But then you've got the belt to cinch you in around the waist, and then just the most beautiful feminine A-line skirt. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Once again, with the Aquazzura heels and a little straw bag is how I will personally be styling this throughout the rest of summer. If your style is remotely similar to mine, I feel like this is one of those dresses that you just, yes, it's a statement dress, but at the same time, you guys might remember, where did I go shopping? Had a day out and I wore it was the day that the car had the breakdown. Oh dear. Yeah, I wore my Chloe cashmere cape over the top of this when it was slightly chillier, but at the same time you could literally just wear this as it is. You don't need to think about any other styling pieces, just some simple accessories, and let the dress do all the talking. So yes, I love this one. I'm so glad it's back in stock, so I thought I would share it with you, and I will leave it linked, and all of these pieces I'm sharing with you, I'll leave them linked in the description box down below. Again, this could be one that I wear today. Yeah, this is actually perfect for a weekend brunch. So another strong contender. I might have to just flip a coin to decide which of these lovely dresses to wear today. Okay, so this is obviously an ultra smart style, and not the kind of style that you'd normally see me in. However, I know that whenever I ask and do a Q&A for kind of fashion video suggestions, I get so many questions about workwear, and I know that typically I'm probably not the best person to ask, because I've now not worked in an office for about six or 7 years. However, I have always thought that Karen Millen have got the most gorgeous workwear pieces, and I thought this was a good one for me to get, because not only is it something that, so you may not know, but I used to, after working at Mumblr, I was the marketing manager for a retail software company, and we actually used to host fashion and tech events, and I would often have to do some presenting. I'd also have to pitch our technology to customers ranging from Neiman Marcus, Macy's, Sephora, Net-a-Porter. So I actually needed a lot of things like this in my wardrobe, especially for the events. We hosted an event at Net-a-Porter, and I actually wore something kind of similar to this, but in black, which is crazy because I just never wear black these days. And in fact, I'm 90% sure it was Karen Millen. That is so funny. Maybe they've brought it back, because I'm pretty sure it was this almost identical silhouette, but I just love it. I love how these pieces fit. It's actually really nice on the bum, which is not necessarily a consideration for a work piece. Even though it's that really lovely, quite fitted material, it doesn't feel tight on my tummy, which you guys know that I hate. Neckline wise, it's beautiful. It's a really nice kind of V, but it's not revealing, especially on my boob size. We've got this little cutout detail, really nice, slightly structured cut to the shoulders. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and you could definitely get away with wearing this with flat shoes because it's only just under the knee. Again, I've popped it on with my Aquazzura shoes with a smart little handbag. I think that's just absolutely gorgeous. And you can see they've really carefully considered the silhouette of this. The cut is just absolutely gorgeous. So if you are in the market for a really lovely, smart work dress, then I think this one is an absolute winner. Chicken dinner. Okay, my darlings, last but not least, and I think we have a standout winner. I did purposely save this one till last because I had a feeling that it would be the winner, and then I don't need to get changed again. So this is the final item that was in my most recent order from Karen Millen, and as soon as I saw it on the website, it actually reminded me kind of, hopefully I can find a picture, this dress here that, oh yeah, I forgot that I swapped my wardrobes around, my dresses are down there, that I wore to the theatre at Christmas. I also wore, did I wear this dress for Boxing Day? I definitely wore it at home on one of the lovely days between Christmas and New Year. I don't know why it reminds me of that one, because actually the silhouette of that one is different, but they both have the most spectacular, just big, dramatic skirts. You've got this detail that cinches you in around the waist. I love a pleated fabric. I think it is so elegant. It makes it look so much more expensive. You've got the pleating on the bodice, pleating on the skirt, pleating on the sleeves. It is pleat central, so I actually thought I would add even more pleats with, can you see I'm wearing the Loewe Flair Randall shoes. However, this is my first time trying them on, and tragically they are too small for me, which is such a huge tragedy. These are US size 5, which I thought was my size, but I think it must be a UK like 2.5, or maybe it is a 3, but they size themselves a little bit on the small side, because the back of my ankle, again I'm not sure if you can really see, but the back of my ankle is like 1 centimetre or ½ centimetre off the back of the shoes, which is so tragic because now I can see what all the hype is about. It was actually very much the Sheer Luxe YouTube videos that told me that persuaded me that I needed these shoes. I think someone actually said that wearing them all day to a wedding was like wearing a pair of slippers all day, and that just sold me. They are quite hard to get your hands on, just like the Mac & Mac shoes were when they first came out. I am still obsessed with these, but these are the shoes that shredded my feet when I went to the theatre with Freddie. However, I am determined to give them another go because they're so beautiful, and I feel like this is the new kind of it brand when it comes to shoes. But as always happens, they are just pretty hard to get your hands on. I will leave this pair linked down below. Hopefully they're still in stock. If not, I'll just leave the general product page. But yeah, the dress is an absolute winner. Bag wise, yeah, I'm just going to take my Loewe basket bag to make it a little bit more casual. You've got a really nice open kind of cross back detail. And I really like the contrast black piping with this kind of sunset colours, floral, like a watercolour print. If we end up staying and it turns a little bit more lively, then I can dance and feel fabulous in this. Yeah, I think you can tell by my voice that I'm a little bit in love with this dress. It's absolutely perfect. Also just great for a day in London in general. I don't think I'll need to take a coat with me because it's long sleeve. I love the open back. I think what I might do is pop a tiny little stitch here, because when I was sat down putting my shoes on, it did reveal a little more than I want to reveal at brunch with Charlie's family. So yes, I'm going to do a little sneaky stitch so that I don't reveal too much, because I don't want to have to wear a bra, but you totally could wear a really pretty like lacy bra and then actually have that as like a design detail at the back. But because the shoes are too small, tragically I am going to have to pop something else on. I think I'll end up wearing my trusty Raffia Valentino rock studs, and one of you guys actually sent me a DM that they have bought out the slip-on version of these. And I've purchased them from Net-a-Porter. I'll leave them up on the screen here. They might actually arrive today because I received a dispatch email. If they arrive in the next couple of hours, I'll probably wear them, to be honest, because the only issue that I have with these is that it is a bit of a faff to put them on because you have to do 2 buckles per shoe. And I am very, very lazy, so I adore them. I'm going to pop these on for now, but if the new ones from Net-a-Porter do arrive, then I will give those a go because the new ones also have a slightly higher heel. The other thing about the Le Flare Randor shoes is that the heel is tiny, so fabulous if you are blessed with height. I am not, and this is about 2 centimeters bigger, so I think it'll look even better with these shoes, so I'm going to do a little switcheroo. Okay, I've got the Valentino shoes on and it feels absolutely perfect. I've sent a photo to Scarlett and she approves of the look, so this is going to be my outfit of the day. I'm actually going to take some magazines to read on the train. How old school is that? Because they've been piling up over the last few weeks / months / years, and I never read them at home apart from the gardening ones. So yes, this is the look for the day. I'll see you in London for our bottomless brunch. Oh, and just super duper quickly, these are the Le Flare Randor shoes. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a close-up. They're absolutely stunning. A little heel in this beautiful kind of pleated material, suede bottom. They're just absolutely stunning. They really are little works of art. So fingers crossed I can get these in my correct size. Scarlett Irons does not have just any old birthday cake. It's a sausage! I love it! It's like a little cross between Dexy and Nikki. Back home again, and the sun is coming out. I hope it's not too breezy for the microphone, but little wisteria update. Oh, so breezy. It's really funny because the wisteria growing on the coach house always has the leaves come out first, whereas ours always has the flowers coming out first. And last weekend, only this flower was out, and now we've got 1, 2, 3, got lots of buds, we've got loads coming up over here, loads up at the top there. It's going to look rather magical. What doesn't look magical, however, is this area down here. Oh my goodness. So the beautiful, oh my goodness gracious me, what a mess. What a mess. So this is where, let me step over this way. This is obviously the front of the greenhouse, and we're actually having a herbaceous border added to the front of the greenhouse. So it'll almost be a continuation of the border that comes along the front of the house. And the beautiful, sorry about the wind, it's so strong, the beautiful red brick pathway is continuing all the way up. So I'll be able to walk from the pergola right up here into my greenhouse and onto the terrace in front of the house. It's all going to be that beautiful red brick pathway. It's going to look rather fabulous. A very random delivery that Charlie was excited to show me upon my arrival home. This is one of those crazy daisies. Charlie ordered this for when the little boys next come over. You attach it to a hose pipe and it just kind of flings water all over the place. So I think they'll have great fun with that. And Charlie also found these prints. Where did you find these, darling? Etsy?
No. Do you know what? I think I might even have been advertised them on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they
prints. She does actual paintings.
Yeah.
To be honest, we're extremely fortunate because primarily, or no, actually, basically, when I went on the website, I found the ones I liked, and there's a couple for the cottage. That's why we've got a couple of duplicates.
Okay.
But I kind of covered our back because I was like,
just get loads.
Well, I was like, we love. Definitely want that in the cottage, but I didn't know which of these we would want, and the one that we don't want size-wise will go to the cottage.
Right.
But anyway,
lovely.
I went online and did it all, and then I realised at checkout it said Canada and US only, and I was like, oh no. So I emailed her, and she was like, oh, actually, I removed UK because of Brexit, and there was tax implications, but I'll add it back and we'll see what it gets added, and it's been fine. So
super.
Hopefully it is all available to the UK for anyone.
Great.
But they're beautiful prints. Obviously she does paintings as well.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we've got a lot. Everything we've got is a painting. We haven't got any prints in the house.
No.
So it's quite nice to have.
Well, it's funny that they arrived today because
I like that one.
I actually asked our lovely waiter. The menus are all hand painted by the owner, Karen.
That's my favourite.
That's the menu that we had when we were last there.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
And then they're obviously printed. But I thought how fabulous to have a little bit of a collection, and we can use them as artwork. Should we see how they look in the bedroom?
Yeah, let's. I think actually.
Let's take them upstairs.
Let's get the frames down here, no?
Well, we can hold the pictures up and see what looks good.
If I bring the frames down.
No, I think we should take the pictures up, because then we can envisage it.
Right.
I think we've decided on the crab apple for just here in the bedroom.
Do you think that will work?
I think so. We can try it.
I looked up and I got a quote from a local framer. Obviously, we already have the frames. He wanted over £100 a frame to frame things.
Holy moly!
And I know that I'm sure there's a lot of skill and time that goes into it, but when you've already got the frame, like for this, I think we will have to because there's no glass. So
do we need glass?
I think maybe you don't. I don't know.
So what are you thinking? One of the Emily Davis ones in there?
Well, originally I ordered the Emily Davis ones for 2, so that will go there, which I think is quite nice.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I don't think, personally, I only think we want one of these prints in here because we already have, just to show from camera, those there.
We do.
And then 2 in there. So I think it's botanical overkill otherwise.
Okay.
Personally, I think that, you're right, I think that one looks nice there. And I came across a rug company that they don't even hardly do anything on Instagram. They're handmade. I don't know what the cost's going to be yet. Woven reeds. They're called Waveney Rush. They're bulrushes.
Like in
Heckfield
Place.
Yeah, they're all in Suffolk. They get a yield every year. When the yield's gone, they stop making them.
Wow.
And obviously, because it will still be expensive, my idea is that's the rug we have in here, which is then like Heckfield Place, where it's like, so it's woven, and it'll be quite nice underfoot.
Will we have to water it?
No. But I actually asked her about Heckfield Place, the lady, because I called them. She was like, it does ring a bell, so I don't know. Anyway, I think the debate here is just between which. That one's quite moody.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's a bit more uplifting, but is that one too similar to what we've already got going on?
No, it's less similar than the other one.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Let's frame them up.
Let's see if we can do it ourselves.
Well, isn't this a glamorous way to start this morning's vlog? Good morning, my darlings. It is Sunday morning. We had so much fun yesterday. I didn't expect it to be didn't expect that we were going to spend quite so long in London. This is my probiotic blemish hero, also from Aurelia. I think it's got salicylic in it. Targeted purifying paste with Proteida, salicylic acid and witch hazel. And because I had a lot of makeup on yesterday, it made my really annoying recurring blemish come out to say hello, so that was not ideal. But that should hopefully zap it. My skin is in need of some serious hydration. I already put on this morning my Revitalize and Glow Serum with a few drops of Vita Liberata's tanning serum. That's a dream combo if you just want to have like a regular, nice, natural tan to your face. So that's been on for a few hours since I woke up, or an hour and a half realistically. But yeah, last night was, or yesterday afternoon was a lot of fun. London was so busy. In the past, when I've been to like Bank, Liverpool Street, those kinds of areas at the weekends, like I used to go and shoot blog photos there sometimes at the weekends, because it would always be absolutely like a ghost town. There would be nobody there, because they're very much like city places. The bars and restaurants would be full during the week with people that work around there, but normally at the weekends it would be completely empty. But we didn't even get a seat on the tube, you know, it was so busy. It just felt like London was buzzing, which actually felt really, really nice. Nice that it felt a little bit like old times. I've just popped on the Cell Revitalize Day Moisturiser. This is the whipped one from Aurelia. It's very calming, so great after a day where you've had a lot of makeup on, a day where you've been in the city. It's got aloe vera in there, which is really, really nice and calming. I also took this with me. In fact, I took the entire Aurelia range to the Maldives with me because it's such, especially the serums, they're so small, and the night oil. Great for traveling with, but yeah, it's great for, sorry about the lighting by the way, it's a really glorious day, but there's a few big clouds and it's super windy, so as soon as a cloud goes over, it becomes very dark. And then it's a probiotic hat trick from Aurelia this morning. I applied this lip balm before bed as well. It's their probiotic, I think it's literally just called, yeah, probiotic lip balm, with Protida, Kalahari melon and sweet orange. That is why it smells so, so good. Lovely. Great if you want to wear a little bit of lipstick later in the day. It's just super, super duper hydrating. And then, of course, my SPF, because we're probably going to end up sitting outside this morning when our friends arrive. This is the SkinCeuticals Ultra Facial UV Defense Sun Cream in SPF 50, and this one is really, really nice and very effective. I just have to remember to push it into my hairline, because when I had the Visier face scan, it said that my sun damage was like around here, and I think it's because I had not been taking my sun cream, and also around the eye area, don't forget that. I hadn't been taking my sun cream up my hairline enough. There we go. Nice and shiny. That'll sink in a second. So yeah, yesterday was really, really lovely. Obviously lots of Charlie's family there, loads of Scarlett's friends, which was lovely to meet them. We started off at a place called The Folly. It was a bottomless brunch, lots of Prosecco, lots of City in Bloom, or Bloom in the City cocktails, and then Scarlett had a booking at Dirty Martini, but we had a little bit of time in between, so Charlie and I and Charlie's brother George and his girlfriend Petra, we went for an honest burger and then joined everyone at Dirty Martini again, so it's really, really good fun. Got home, we were actually in bed by 10, which was great. I guess that's the perk of going out and celebrating during the day instead of the evening. So I'd sobered up by the time we got home, did my full skincare routine before bed, so it was great, and I feel fresh as a daisy this morning. So yeah, this morning, actually in 40 minutes, so I need to get cracking. Our friends that own the Brown Rig Antiques shop in Tetbury are coming over for brunch. We actually only met them just after the first lockdown, when we did a click and collect for some antiques that we'd purchased during lockdown, and then obviously we've been to the store a few times, we've bumped into them a few places, but we've never had like a proper catch up. So Charlie's doing his signature eggy crumpets, so that's what's happening this morning. I thought I'd just give you a quick catch up. I'm not going to talk through my makeup because I need to get it done in 5 minutes, so I am just going to keep on listening to Amelia's Q&A, so I'll catch up with you when I'm looking a little bit more made up. Minutes according to my camera. Makeup done, usual products. The only thing that I tried new for the first time today was the brown Charlotte Tilbury. Do they call it brown or espresso? They actually call it Dream Pop. Basically the brown mascara from Charlotte Tilbury, and I think if you have got lighter coloured hair, well, to be honest, anyone can obviously wear brown mascara, but it's just a little bit less harsh and intense than a black, which is not for everyone, but on a Sunday, for a relaxed everyday makeup look, it's the dream. Everything else is my normal, which you have seen me do 10 million times, although I actually found this again. This is the Tartelette in Bloom Amazonian Clay palette. It's an eyeshadow palette, and I'm obsessed with the colours in it, and The eyeshadows smell like mini eggs. I used this colour and this colour, and I love them. Sweetheart and Flower Child is what I used. It's got a huge mirror in the lid as well, so that's really lovely. And the lipstick, which is beautiful over the top of the Aurelia Probiotic Balm, is the Vive Pinch lipstick, and it's a really pinky coral. Sometimes I think coral can look a little bit beachy, but that is the most beautiful shade. So that's my makeup for the day. Now I need to find a nice little outfit. No surprises, I'm obviously just gonna pop on a little dress because it's gonna be, again, they're saying hotter than Madrid, which is great. But yeah, that's my 8-minute everyday makeup. I decided to go for the blue and, what did we say it was? Like a blue-grey paisley dress. Just super easy, super comfortable, and the same shoes that I wore for Scarlett's birthday yesterday, the Valentino Rock Studs. I probably am not gonna put the Loewe belt on today. It's just a little bit more relaxed, and hair tied back in a pony. We've still got a little bit of wave from yesterday. So this is my Sunday brunch outfit. You can probably see the carpet, which used to be in our entrance hall, behind me. We're gonna be giving that a try in here because this one is just getting a little bit mucky from when I spill makeup bits on it. So we're gonna give that a try, but later on because the chaps are gonna be here in about 20 minutes. So it's time to go and prepare some breakfast. This is the fragrance that I've been wearing lately that my camera doesn't want to focus on. It's from Creed and it's their Wind Flowers, or is it Wind Flowers? I think it's Wind Flowers. It smells heavenly. It's a very luxurious fragrance. I was calling it the wildflower fragrance for a long time. But yeah, it's really strong. You literally only need 2 spritzers and it's just my springtime fragrance. All go down here in the kitchen. Dramatic.
I should wear my apron, really.
You should.
Actually, I'm going to seriously put it on because, not now, but when I cook, because that's one mistake I always make and I've ruined some lovely knitwear.
Shocking. Is that from Time?
That is the one from Time.
Did you nick that after the cookery class?
We bought it in the shop.
Lovely. So what's on the menu?
So what's on the menu is one of my easiest go-to brunch dishes, which is eggy crumpets.
Delish.
So basically, you want organic, fresh eggs as possible in there with a little bit of whole milk, mixed up like you would almost do if you did scrambled eggs with milk. I don't normally do milk with scrambled eggs, but for this you want that because it gives it that fluffiness. Then obviously a little bit of butter in a pan. You dip these in the eggy mixture.
Lovely.
Really let them soak it up. And then you put them in the pan, obviously, and cook them and get them nice and crispy. And then you serve them ideally with fresh chives, maple syrup, but we're also doing something a bit different today. I'm doing some parmesan on the side.
Ooh.
They won't work together. Obviously, I don't think parmesan and maple syrup really goes together.
Right.
But it just gives you a different option. And then you can maybe have one with parmesan on.
Cheesy eggy crumpets.
Yeah, and then to be fair, normally I would do it with crispy bacon because that works well with the maple syrup. But we don't have bacon today, we've got smoked salmon.
Lovely.
So I think as long as people are careful and don't get the maple syrup on the smoked salmon, it should still work together, and that's quite nice and fresh and light.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a kind of, to be honest, I'm thinking eggy crumpets, I can't remember where I first saw them. It's on Instagram.
Oh.
And then, oh, that's going around. And then I've kind of just
It's become your thing.
Sorry?
It's become your thing.
And it's a quick
Lovely.
and easy one, like, to be honest, anyone can do these, they're not difficult. The key with a lot of these sort of brunch dishes are really high quality ingredients. That's what makes the difference. So like good crumpets. And I think at some point I will try and make the crumpets.
Where did we go the other day where they made them? I can't remember.
Oh, it was 26 grains at so far.
Yes.
But the problem with making crumpets, not problem, but it's very much more in the baking world where you need to make them the night before.
Ah.
And you need them to rise and all that shebang.
Yeah.
Which is not really my vibe.
And then outside, it is a glorious but very, very breezy morning, but luckily we're always quite sheltered on this side of the house, thanks to the actual house sheltering us. And I have laid the, wow, it's probably super windy in the microphone, sorry about that, but I've laid the table with my lovely buttercup tablecloth that I got from Thyme probably about a year ago now. And then this is our Maison Margot crockery. Again, I think I bought that this time last year. Amazon napkins, Amazon, whatchamacallit, not raffia, it's got a certain name, sorry, Charlie Dysoning in the background. Knife and fork, these are the lovely glasses from Dalesford. I think Charlie said these, I think they're also from Dalesford. And then I just picked a couple of tulips from the garden and it all looks rather lovely. We did have some church bell song earlier. We'll probably start tinkling away again in a minute. Dexy sunbathing in the herbaceous border, which I'm sure you guys might be noticing vlog by vlog. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, literally by the day. These lupins here, they will have the beautiful tall flowers, you know, the ones that are like almost cone-like, beautiful flowers, and they'll last all summer. Look at Dexy, you're such a poser. You are such a poser. Yes, you are. Yeah, they have quadrupled in size in the last couple of weeks. The euphorbias are reaching over 1 meter in height. They're absolutely ginormous. And these are going to be, wow, it's so windy. These are going to be giant alliums, which is going to be, excuse me, going to be spectacular seeing the alliums pop up throughout here. Right, I need to quickly go and deadhead some daffodils so that the energy goes down to the bulbs and they come back beautifully next year. And then we're ready for our guests to arrive. Later, and the chaps have just left. We had a very lovely sunny brunch. Charlie's cheesy eggy crumpets went down very well as always, and as you might have just seen, the chaps were very, very kind. We, as Charlie said a couple of vlogs ago, when we are looking for something in particular antiques wise, we just let all of our friends that have antiques dealers know what we're looking for. And did you let the guys know that we were looking for?
Basically, I found some antique rhubarb forces on their website through Google, but they've been sold. So I just Googled antique rhubarb forces because I've been on their website and it wasn't in the garden section. Oh, this is brown rig, by the way. And I messaged Jorge and said, "Oh, I've seen that you had some. Could you keep an eye out for future to see if you ever have any? If you ever come across any, let us know."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, actually, as it happens, I've got 6 or 7 that I bought that are just in our garden that I wasn't thinking about selling, but actually we're well off our kitchen garden project.
Right.
So we'd be happy to sell some to you if you want them."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that happened. And I said, "Oh, we could pop over to Tetbury at some point soon." He said, "Well, are you around this weekend?" And then they came over for brunch.
Yeah.
So Jorge and David, obviously, they're friends more than just through.
But we met them through the antique shop.
We met them through the antique shop, and yeah, so they brought them over. They also brought us very kindly some rhubarb, which is really nice of them.
Which is funny because this was grown in the Wye Valley in the by the Chin family, which is super close to where I used to live.
That's so local to you, isn't it?
Yeah, and perfectly themed that they bought us rhubarb and rhubarb forces.
Well, that's why, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's go down and we'll show you how great they look. So, darling, Talk us through our new garden antique additions.
Our new additions. So we had the chats from Brown Rig, David and Jorge visit. Oh, the bells are ringing. Can't believe how quickly today's gone.
I love that. I love having the bells in the background.
It's lovely, isn't it? Do you know what? I think I keep pinching myself living here, but it is sad thing of human nature where you just take things for granted without realising. And even the view of that church, I always remember the first time we saw that church when we looked around the house from the garden. It was quite a bleak, but bright, but like it was an autumnal. Well, no, it was wintry, wasn't it? It was
January the 2nd.
And we looked at that church, and I was just like almost speechless. I was like, we're able to look at a stunning church from our garden every day. But anyway, back to the raised beds. We've got company. As we talked about, we have that lovely antique rhubarb forsythia that we purchased on Etsy, but we needed some to go with it. And I think that's the challenge with these beds, is we've got the cloches in these beds. Obviously, when there's stuff growing in the beds, it'll look a lot more lively, but I still think you need some structure to them. We're going to have the stepping stones, but I still think it's nice to have a couple of things in the middle of each of the beds.
Can you grab one of those flagstones, because that is the stepping stone shape? The top one there.
They cut these for stepping stones.
Yeah, because obviously these raised beds are so huge, you can't get to the bits in the middle unless you've got stepping stones. It's perfect. If you can hear a noise behind the camera, I'm sorry, that's me eating a cream egg. They just need digging in a bit, don't they?
Well, they will, and they'll settle in as well.
That looks great.
I kind of think that that's what we want, though, is different sizes. Not like crazy different sizes, but enough. To me, that's perfect. Obviously, they'll sink in. We're going to have probably a bit more soil put on top of here once everything settles. But that's the idea.
Yeah. So basically, the chaps bought 4 rhubarb forces, or 5 with them.
Yeah, for us to choose from. So we just wanted to catch up with them as well, but they brought them along with them, and we made a decision. I think in that corner, we're going to obviously use at least 1 or 2 every year to force rhubarb, but I think it's nice to have something antique and vintage within the beds. Those look nice as a trio, so the front 2 are obviously the new 2 from Brown Rig. And then it was actually your idea, wasn't it, that we had another one in here? Because otherwise in the herb bed we don't have anything focal. Now I tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to grow a massive rosemary bush out of it. And it'll flower. And I think it'll look quite nice. It won't go like that, it will just come straight up like that, and it will flower.
I don't know if that'll work, because rosemary loves the sun.
But it does love the sun. Let me just see, because we haven't a surplus plant. That looks awesome.
Does it?
Yeah.
Sorted.
There you go. Now, it might not love it in there, and if it doesn't, we'll move it, but it might also be okay.
Great.
I think that looks quite cool.
Perfect.
But yeah, it'll look good when these are obviously softened in. We've got the lights coming for here, hopefully next week. I think we need to give these a good water now, don't we?
Glorious afternoon. It's actually got even nicer as the day goes on, and we've decided we're going to spend the afternoon just pottering in the garden, our favourite thing to do. So the little time lapse that you just saw, that was me pricking out, using the proper terminology now, my bright light rainbow chard. So I've popped 6 of the strongest looking little seedlings into their own individual pots. Look how great my pak choy is doing over there. And I just actually asked on Instagram a question, but maybe you guys can help me as well. So these are my best looking seedlings so far, and they are my ghost pumpkin seedlings. However, they're doing so well that I'm not sure if they need moving on to bigger pots. I just don't know whether it's worth it, or if I just give it maybe another week and then put them straight into the beds. But I did think that this one, the leaves were starting to look a bit yellow. So I don't know if that means it's unhappy. I am watering it a lot regularly. You can see the soil's really damp now. But I know that pumpkins, especially big ones, are hungry plants and they love to be fed. So maybe I should put some seaweed feed in here. But any advice that you guys have got, I know that a lot of you know a lot more about gardening than I do. Please let me know. Funny that one of my climbing beans, none of the seeds that I put in here have germinated. Only 1 in this pot and 2 in there, and I think I did 3 in each. Mange 2 has been my biggest success this year, and none of these runner beans have germinated yet. But maybe because they've been outside, it's just a little bit too cold, so might pop these ones inside for a few days and see if anything happens.